Thursday, very cold Thursday. Right now I think we're at the high that I've seen all day, which is 4 degrees. So let's just hunker down with some beer, why don't we? What are we looking at? We're going to be looking at Hop Hash Infused Double IPA from Sweetwater Brewing, 7.8%. And this was something that Jim, Hornet Fixer, sent. Bottle cap looks something like that. Whatever. Before we open this, though, I want to say thanks to Superfly Fat Guy 859. He did a review on this Browning Spartan. It's a 3-inch blade. It's 6 1/4 inches overall, and it's 440 stainless steel. And I kind of like that little, must be like a laser cutout of the Browning emblem. It's kind of a minimalist knife. You know, basically this one whole side is gone on it, and I've seen these. I don't know what price range, but Superfly said that you can go over to Sportsman's Guide and get them for $9. So for a $9 little EDC knife or envelope opener or beer mail opener or whatever, it seems pretty good, and it was fairly sharp out of the box. I don't know if I have anything that's... Everybody does the damn cut test, so, you know. So, it's not bad. You know, for a $9 knife. So, thanks a lot, Superfly Flat Guy 859, Sportsman's Guide. Considerably cheaper than I could even find it on, say, Amazon. Okay. Oh, another fast thing is, does this flashlight make my ass look big? Okay, just asking. Okay, something from Jim. You know, it actually looks like he's going for some good stuff instead of course, he was going for good stuff last time, and that just didn't quite work out, did it? Okay, here we go. Hop Infused Double IPA. It's kind of like yesterday's. It just tasted like there was like fresh hops just teabagged right in your drink. Has a hoppy, almost extra fresh hoppiness to it. Like if Febreze made a hop scent, this is what it would be like. A little bit of a sweetness. I tickled myself. Yeah, as heavy about that. Yeah, it just has a kind of just a fresh kind of hop smell to it. And as you can see, it was kind of on the yellow side. Kind of looks like a hospital sample. And I see the camera once again is doing the reds instead of the more natural colors. I don't know, it's just been a complete technical screw up since I came down here to do this with you. This thing, for whatever reason, eats batteries like me with a bag of beef jerky. That I couldn't get to do any of the inputs, and I ended up taking the wireless mouse that I had off and putting a different one on there, and all of a sudden it seemed to start working for some reason, yet it was unable to back up to any of its restore dates. It said that there was an error with all of them. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, because, you know, the way Chuck is, he's probably already on his computer ordering up something else that we can use down here, because, you know, you gotta have that, you know. I just can't even imagine this. I mean, you guys can't even imagine this brew review. You would actually have to sit and listen and look at me, as opposed to having a more than impressive distraction. So, but I'm sure Chuck will get something nice, and, you know, Chuck, maybe a little bit bigger monitor. I was thinking like a 32 or so flat panel. Thanks, Chuck. You're the man. Okay, cheers, guys. Well, Nancy, why don't you put on, never mind, up front is almost a, not a really dry, but kind of a dry, bitter area that you almost get before you start noticing the hops. And it comes at you as kind of like a lively charge. I mean, kind of, but not actually. The, like, kind of the effects of carbonation, that liveliness. And you notice the hoppiness. It's on the grapefruit side. It is fairly intense and relatively dry, bitter. Then there's like a moment of literally nothing. Then you notice a heavy floral earthiness, kind of like chewing on a dandelion. And as that dissipates, it leaves you with a like dry, bitter bread and a little citrus. And you're all done. We're all done. See you guys tomorrow. Nobody even noticed me even leave right there. How come you never see anything like that when you're out at like a brew fest? Hey, yeah. Seriously though, I was see, I really don't even give a shit. Where's the box for it? Maybe someone can tell me if there's a... I know there's a lot of different options, but this was the Mako from Fab Defense. It's the... Well, I can just take it off here. It's a 1-inch tactical light mount. The only downside is I see these end caps are a wider diameter, so you pretty much always have to take the back cap off before you can slide the this on. And unlike some, especially if you have things on either end of your rail, you're screwed, because you literally need to slide this into position, and it's got just a quick release. It drops the bar out of the way, but it has an absolutely shitty mate. And I don't know if it's the Picatinny rail that's on my shotgun. It's the zombie edition of the Mossberg 500. It's got the Mesa Tactical adapter on here with the RRS suspension system. Yes, I am still loving this thing. The only other thing I would even consider is just having it be nothing but a pistol grip. But back to the subject at hand. I know you came for a brew review, but whatever. See, it's it does not lock onto the rail very good. I mean, you could play a little trick, and you could have the adjuster, which is supposed to be inside the rail slot, that holds it nice and tight, which means it would either it can either lock one forward or the one back. And I'm pretty sure after firing it, the recoil would probably set it in one of those positions. But I was trying to find something inexpensive that can just hold this. This particular flashlight is the TN15, and it's designed for search and rescue, and it comes with a pressure switch. But on a pump shotgun, I just don't like the idea of it. But you know, it's right there for your thumb. But Chuck will quickly point out why spend too much time telling you about it, because when it ends up on an ebomey video, I just get the, wow, this all seems really familiar. I'm just curious if there's anybody knows of a decent light mount, and I could go with no, I can't go. I don't really want to go with an offset because it'll have it down kind of low, and if I had it on the bottom of the shotgun, I think it's actually going to be it looks tactically cooler, but you kind of lose the ability to easily get to the button that you do when it's on the side. And Vanna, please tell them all about the beer. Well, the beer is a 7.8% by volume, and as you can see, it's relatively lively and has plenty of bubbles. Ooh, that was a text from my buddy Phil. Yeah, this is one I would probably put in the category of, you already know what exactly an IPA is. You like the dry kind of bitter IPAs on the grapefruit side, not the pine side. The sweetness is just kind of a sweetness. I can't tell you what they're using for it. It doesn't have a pronounced grapefruit or pineapple or any kind of a sweetness like that to it. It's definitely one of the more bitter ones, and it doesn't give the IBUs on it, so I can't tell you what that is, but I'm guessing it's probably up there a little bit. Would I get it again? Probably not, but it's still enjoyable because it's a more intense IPA, and sometimes it's just fun to experiment. You know, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. On the E scale, where do I put Hop Nash Infused Double IPA? Oh, and that alcohol? It's hidden very well. I'm not even sure where I could tell you it's going to happen. You don't really notice it while you're drinking it. You don't really get a alcohol warming, so they do very well hiding that. So, Hop Nash Infused Double IPA from Sweetwater Brewing Company. You know, this wasn't bad. I'm gonna give this an 8 on the E scale. You know, I actually got a little timer, so I wouldn't have to actually look. But you think it's possible to remember to turn on a timer that's hanging literally right there? No, that's impossible. In fact, I don't even know what the hell that button even does. Huh. I guess you learn something every day. You can also set it as a countdown timer. You know, we could just say from now on, all these brew reviews are going to be flat out just 12 minutes. And then when that goes off, I just shut the camera off and walk away. So, yeah, it's not, it's definitely not your starter IPA. What should we look at tomorrow? Why don't we look at one from Ed, USAF Ed. This one just because it seemed kind of interesting, and maybe it'd be an actual brew review that HempSeedAddict would actually watch the whole thing. I'm not expecting for a second that I don't get some smart ass comment. You should see just the emails. Nothing like always feeling appreciated, HempSeed. Your emails are so touching. Especially if I ever actually legally change my name to Dickhead, I will be set for communicating with you. Oh, Fallon's Hemp Hop Rye Amber Ale. It's a malt beverage brewed with hemp seeds. I can't give you any other information, I don't think, on it. They love beer. The government stuff on here. I don't know an alcohol percentage, unless it's a secret code in here. No, no, nope. So let's take a look at that tomorrow. Otherwise, what can I possibly say to make this brew review any better than it's already been? I mean, we've learned all sorts of things. My electronics have taken a shit on me. I had thought about bringing my computer guy, my ebomey computer. I think it will connect up to that. But my daughter has the exact same computer as I do, and for some reason she like permanently misplaced the power supply for hers. So last time I used mine, I used it till it was almost completely drained, and then that was it. I did get a part in for the Mosin, but I know how much you guys don't like looking at the Mosin, so we won't even talk about it. Every time I think for a second that it's actually done. What? Really? You want to see it? Except for Chuck. Chuck doesn't care. And Ray fell asleep like 15 minutes ago. Oh, the Mosin, the Mosin, the Mosin. I just want to go shoot. My baby. Now, not completely new, but product-wise, yes. I had a anti-cant level from, I don't know, whatever company. You know, just assume what Chuck would assume, that they just sent it to me and begged me to do a video, and then they sent me boxes of them along with different stuff, to, you know, refrigerator art and all that. Or I actually bought the thing. I got the one that I got, and I've shown it in another video. It basically just is a bubble that mounts in line perfectly with the scope, and I put this same one here from Vortex. I put this on the Project Overkill, the 22, and the one thing I really liked about these, the vials are larger, and everything is better where it's bigger, right, Johnny, in Texas? The vial was bigger. It just was just brighter because the vial is bigger. It's taking in more light. It's more of a Slimer green. The other one was a little bit more dulled out, and so I took the anti-cant that was on here and put it on the BMG 50. And put this one on here, and I really like this. So, and if you're going to be doing long-range shooting, it is an absolute must that you do have your anti-cant, because you get it rolled over too far on the edge, and you're dealing with definitely different dynamics. and Vortex. These were priced along with all the rest of them. I want to say that of course, like anything, they give you a little bit of a surcharge when you go larger. It's a 1-inch tube on the Vortex Crossfire 2 that's on Project Overkill, and this one is a 35 millimeter. But I think this one was like $29, and it qualified for Prime. So I really get impressed with some of the shipping through Prime. May not like the $75 a year for their membership, but when you can place an order for something on a Monday, and I've actually had stuff on Tuesday, for the life of me, I do not know how they pull it off. So that that's that. So yeah, and that was the other thing. I wasn't sure. Originally, I didn't get this because I didn't think I would like that it's off to the side. But you know what? This isn't. It doesn't stick out. It doesn't stick out as far as the Parallax Adjust. And yeah. Let's pretend I'm Glockgeist. And yeah. So I can't evidently put this down without. You just watch the computer while I'm putting this back over here. Did you miss me? No, you didn't miss me. You're staring at that. So yeah, if you've ever thought about getting one of those, the Vortex ones are pretty decent. Well, not pretty decent. I really like them. The other thing is unlike the other one is almost too dainty, and you almost need to remove the scope from the rifle. So if you've already gone through all of the fun of getting it sighted in and you feel real comfortable about that, and you're like me, and for the life of whatever happens, you don't want to have to take the scope off of the rifle because you might screw up how sighted in it is, the Vortex, you can actually get that in place without both of them. I would not have had to, but I just did to get the screw started, get it snugged up, because neither one of those have been sighted in yet. It'll be interesting to see how the one that's on the Project Overkill, I didn't touch that. That one was perfectly sighted for when it was on the Mosin, but the one that's on the Mosin, the Millet, I did picked an object well over 100 yards away from my house. Actually, a house over a block and a half away. They had the sun was just reflecting perfectly off of the chimney stack on their house. So I set the rifle up, and through the scope, I aimed at that reflecting light off of the chimney, and then I checked what you could see when you sight down through the barrel, bore sighting. It surprisingly, you give it a shot and do it, it may not put you perfectly on, but when I did the visual bore sighting with the BMG 50, my first shot was 4 inches to the right and 6 inches low. So at least it gets you on paper, and if you're sighting in something like a BMG 50, it saves you a little bit of money and pain to your shoulder. So, okay, I'm not sure if this was more of a gun chat or a brew review, but you guys never seem to mind. I mean, I haven't had a political blow-up. I mean, it'd be real easy to have a political blow-up. You know. Mind-blowing. Okay, guys, I'm going to put the link down below. If you don't know who Superfly Fat Guy 859 is, go over and check out his channel. I have friends would be an exaggeration. He has been around, you know, when I started my channel, I think we are probably, I have absolutely not a clue. I've followed his channel for a long time. Usually I don't participate in the comments and all of that, but I watch a lot of his videos. He's a cool guy. He's a funny guy, and he's a down-to-earth guy, and he's just what I appreciate. He is who he is, and if you don't like it, then tough shit, don't subscribe to his channel. But I'll put a oh good, look, the computer wants to restart. I'll put a link down below, and if for some reason, Superfly Fat Guy, you get over here and actually see this video, I appreciate the comment and sending me the link to find this for under $10. For under $10, it is definitely well worth it. And I'm not a knife guy, and I always get corrected, but see, evidently, what would you consider when people say point up or point down? Is that how it physically is, or how it would really be? I'm assuming that when you have this clipped in your pocket, this would be tip down, or is that tip up? Because that's what the knife will do. See, I don't know. Someone can help me out on this. I'm telling you right now, when it's in your pocket like this, the tip of it faces down. So unless it were to like open up while it's in your pants, then I guess it's tip up. Okay, I'm gonna go finish this, and I'm probably just gonna tear all this shit down because I know the way Chuck is. I'm sure there'll be a new computer shortly. I can't really complain about this one, even though it's an HP. And if I had $1 for every single time that this thing should have been dead and somehow I got a heartbeat back out of it, I wouldn't have to take Chuck's shit anymore. See you guys tomorrow.